It's time. Let's talk about our holiday plans for our homeschool and for our house. Welcome to this House of Walls. My name is Ashley, and on this channel I love to talk about homeschooling, specifically secular homeschooling. So here we are, planning for December. In our house, we celebrate Christmas. We do it in a very secular kind of way and just kind of have fun with it. So for December, we are going to be schooling 3 weeks. Most of those 3 weeks are going to be we're going to stick with our big subjects. The only thing is we will be finishing up a writing unit and we won't be starting a new one. We're going to be taking off a lot of time over Christmas break. I think we're taking about 3 weeks off. So I definitely don't want to be starting a new writing unit. Or even if we finish up a chapter book, we're not going to start a new one. Unless we pick it up during Christmas break, which we might. Also, math. I would like to try to get to the end of the 3 weeks of school for December and have it all done with a chapter so that we're not forgetting any of that stuff while we're on break. We'll see if that happens. But other than that, I am just going to be pulling things in to our homeschool and our household separately, just to make this a fun, festive season. You can see for Thanksgiving, we did some fun activities. It was so amazing to kind of incorporate these kinds of things back into our homeschool. We'd been really missing that kind of stuff. And with our new schedule, we're able to really do that. So one of my favorite ways to incorporate anything into our homeschool is with books. So first I have read alouds. My youngest and I, we've already started it, but we are reading a boy called Christmas by Matt Haig. I love this author. I think he's fabulous, and so I'm really excited to be reading this with my youngest. My youngest was not sure about picking this up. I totally talked him into it and he still wasn't sure. I will say that he is asking me to read it at night times now. We read this during the day, but then he wants more at night. So we have, how many tabs? So we have 10 tabs left, which if we only read it for the school days, that'll be a little over 2 weeks. But I have a feeling that we are going to be reading more of this at nighttime, and he loves it, so that's great. My oldest and I have this really cool book. I think I got it from Book Outlet, but it is The Christmas Stories of Charles Dickens. So this has obviously A Christmas Carol, but then it also has 4 other stories, so you can see them there. And we will see. We might just knock out A Christmas Carol. I'm not quite sure. All of them are about 70 pages long. So we will see how much we can get done in the 3 weeks of school and just kind of have fun with it. Of course, I'm going to try to incorporate some picture books. So we have a huge stack of Christmas books. I'll show some of them here. I might do another video later in December, really kind of going through all of our Christmas books, including some chapter books that we have read before. We live in Virginia, so the 12 Days of Christmas in Virginia is always a cute one. We have the Polar Express. Took off the dust jacket years ago when the kids were little and lost it. But we still have the book, and then we like to watch the movie. Same with How the Grinch Stole Christmas. This one is always just a fun one. All of the other reindeer. It's just cute and silly. And then this one won't be read during school time, but on Christmas Eve, we always pull this out and read The Night Before Christmas. This was an edition that was given to my youngest for his first Christmas, and it's absolutely gorgeous on the inside. So this is always a really fun one to pull out here on Christmas Eve. Then some things that won't be happening during school hours. We love to go and do Christmas lights. So we pick a weeknight that we go and pick up some fast food and take it on a little car trip around our local area to watch some Christmas lights. We listen to Christmas music in the car, and that's always a lot of fun. We also have a really amazing natural garden place that we love to go and walk at all the time, but they go all out with Christmas lights, and you can walk through it at night and have that whole experience. So I definitely want to do that. Our household has an elf that comes. We started it when my oldest was little, and it continues. Our elf does not get into a lot of mischief. Nobody has time for that. What he does is he kind of hides and does silly things, small silly things, but he also does stuff like he brings the kids their advent calendars. He hides candy canes around the house, so then they have to go and find the candy canes, and then they get to go up onto the Christmas tree. He brings pajamas on Christmas Eve so that we can sit around on Christmas Eve and eat Chinese food and wear our Christmas pajamas while we watch some Christmas movies. That's always a lot of fun. Our elf doesn't do a huge thing, but it's just a fun experience that our elf can do. All right, so now let's get back into kind of more what we're going to do during school time. So one of our things that we have started is using Squilt, which is super quiet, uninterrupted listening time, and they do music studies. We had started with their getting to know the instruments, or meet the instruments is what they call it. And they just have these flashcards, and then there's links, and we can learn the different instrument families and what goes into it, stuff like that. That was a lot of fun. We did 2 weeks of that, and then we've already started the Christmas Carol unit. Like I said, we are secular, but I think that's so fun to learn some like traditional Christmas carols. I love good choral music. You know what? We're going to incorporate it. So I bought Christmas Carols Volume 1. I think that they have 3 different volumes. This one has 5 different songs in it. So they have Carol of the Bells, Away in a Manger, Little Drummer Boy, Angels We Have Heard on High, and O Come, Emmanuel. There's all kinds of links. You can listen to different versions. There's extra supplemental things. So we've talked about handbells and Carol of the Bells. There were like 6 different versions that we could listen to, and that was a lot of fun. One of them being the Muppets singing it. It was so cute. We are really having a lot of fun with this. And after we listen to it, we talk about dynamics, rhythm, tempo, and instrumentation. So we're really able to like kind of loosely kind of break it down and talk about those kinds of elements in music. And it's definitely introducing my kids to more than just kind of listening to music. Like I said, we've already started this unit. So we did Carol of the Bells and Away in the Manger. For the month of December, we are going to continue and do Little Drummer Boy, Angels We Have Heard on High, and O Come, Emmanuel. We tend to do music on Fridays when we have family subjects. It's not always going to be the same, and there is even a week in December where we aren't doing... What aren't we doing? I think we're not doing poetry, but for the most part right now, we're doing art, music, and poetry. So for art, we are going to do 3 different things. We love Art Hub for kids, and we're going to be doing Christmas penguins. I'll put a picture here, link it down below, something. We love it. It just gets my kids kind of drawing in different ways. That's how we did the cornucopias there. So they're going to do those. I also have a dollar store felt gingerbread ornament. So I have 2 of those. My kids will do that. And then we're going to make some reindeer food. We absolutely set out cookies and milk, sometimes maybe a beer for Santa, and some carrots for the reindeer. But it's also a lot of fun to make reindeer food and go sprinkle it outside for the little reindeer to eat. And then, like I said earlier, we do poetry For December, we're only going to be doing 2 weeks of poetry, and I am really just pulling them from these 2 books. We have Sing a Song of Popcorn and the Random House book of poetry for children. We have these on our shelves. We have not used them enough, so we are definitely using them a lot right now. Both of them had a decent amount of Christmas and or kind of winter themed poems. I'm not getting into big winter theme stuff. I tend to like to do winter stuff in January when we put all the Christmas stuff away and it's feeling a little dark and gloomy. And then we kind of pull out some winter stuff and try to celebrate winter time. Since we're only doing poetry then for 2 weeks on our Friday Family Subjects Day, I am going to be incorporating a little bit of a Christmas study. It is not going to be in depth. We are only spending a day on it. Like, that's just all the time that we have. So I found this book, How Kids Celebrate Christmas Around the World. We're just going to read it and kind of learn about different people and how they celebrate Christmas. I am not sure how in-depth this book is. I just ordered it from Amazon. I am hoping that it works and has a good diversity to it. We have absolutely talked about other holidays other than Christmas and what people tend to celebrate in other places of the world. So I'm hoping that this one will be okay. All right, so that is like curriculum. Some other things that we have, I have a Christmas tic-tac-toe. This, I asked on my Instagram stories a couple weeks ago where these 2 printables that I'm showing came from, and now I can't remember who did it. They didn't put their name on any of their stuff, so it was a search to find it. But I have this one, and then we also have Christmas bingo. A lot of fun. We definitely did fall bingo a lot, and so I'm really happy that we have Christmas bingo as well. Like I said earlier, we do a big winter study in January. I have a bunch of like winter themed books that aren't necessarily like Christmas books, and so we kind of dive into those and enjoy that. But the first day of winter will be in December. So I have Goodbye Autumn, Hello Winter. We love these books. They are so sweet and beautiful. So we will read that. This, I think I got this at a little free library one time, but it's The 4 Seasons and it's a whole pop-up book. Let me show you. All right, so it's this big, huge pop-up book, but it goes through the 4 seasons all the way around. So I will definitely pop this up for the winter one and kind of have it up that week. And then I have this, it's Tree Peek Through Picture Book. And so it's following this tree and kind of how it changes through the seasons and the animals that are around the tree. And it's just really cute. And then obviously it ends with winter. So I'll pull that out for winter time as well. But I think that's it. We try to keep things really simple. It is a busy time of year anyways. There's going to be just an outrageous amount of celebrations and activities. My 9-year-old also has his birthday right before Christmas, so it's just a really, really busy time. So anytime that I can just keep it simple but still festive, that is what we go for. Let me know down in the comments what are some of your favorite holiday things that you and your family do. And on that note, I will be back for more later. So like and subscribe down below if you like these types of videos, and I will be back soon.